Dr. Mark here. So you've probably just been, hanging out, minding your own business, and then suddenly in the last 2 days, Wordle, right? Wordle is a thing now. It's kind of a neat little word game. And I tried my first one yesterday and started to think about it, about how I'd like to make my first and second guess in the Wordle game as effective as possible, right? To cover my bases, get as many letters correct or at least in the word as possible. So, since I do computey type things, I thought, hey, I could write some Python code to do that. So let's take a look at a quick little Python program to pick a couple of starter words for playing Wordle.
All right, so this application here is going to take advantage of the dictionary, the same English word dictionary that we used in the Delta Omicron video. A lot less tinfoil hat in this episode. So that file basically is just a file of correctly spelled English words. There's roughly 78,000 of them. They're in no particular order, as I said in the last video, that use this because we were using it in with an unbalanced binary tree in a class I was teaching. In any case, what we're going to do is we're going to open that file up here. So this is just opening it up as a text file in read mode. And then I'm going to use list comprehension to build a list of all the words in that file that are 5 characters long. So for X in in file, it gives me all the lines. If the length of that line is 6, because when I read lines this way, the carriage return character is included, the \n. So if that would be a 5-letter word. So if that's the case, then what I'm going to add to my list is X up to, but not including the last character. So I use list slicing to strip off the \n there. Okay? So after that, FLWS is my 5-letter word list. It's all the 5-letter words. So I thought I'd first start with all the words that have as many of the Wheel of Fortune letters as possible. So RSTLNE, right? Those are the words you get for the final round of Wheel of Fortune. And so I made a set containing those letters. And then I'm going to have a dictionary of lists corresponding to words that have none of those, one of those, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, right? And then I'll keep track of the longest set intersection that I find. In other words, the words that have the most letters that match RSTLNE. So I use set intersection here to look at a 5-letter word on one hand and my RSTLNE on the other side, intersect those together, giving me only the words that are together. So that's this WINT WOF, that's just my intersection variable. And if the length of that is greater than my max, I'm going to save it. So this is an accumulator pattern of sorts to get the longest one of those matches. And then I'll take whatever that word is and append it to the list in the dictionary that matches the number of letters. Okay? So at the end of that, if I look at the list from this dictionary, the list that's at the key of the maximum length, that will be all the words from the dictionary that match whatever the maximum number of RSTLNE is. Right? I can't match them all because there's 6 letters there, but I can get 5. So we'll print those out. Okay? All right, and then we'll go through and try to find the rest. And so this will look at the other vowels. I don't know that this will be a good strategy or not, but I'll have a similar procedure to find all the 5-letter words that have as many of the other vowels as possible and print those out. So let's see what that looks like. When I execute that, I better click into my console. I'll find out that Turns, Rents, Ernst, and Stern have as many of RSTLNE as possible while being 5-letter words. And then in terms of the other vowels, Ouija, Audio, or Bayou might be good choices there. So let's think about maybe we'll try Wordle with Stern and Audio and see what kind of progress we can make on the Wordle puzzle for today. So let's go take a look. Okay, so here we are at the Wordle site, and again we're going to try Stern and Audio as my first two guesses. If you haven't done Wordle yet, gosh, where have you been? But when you put a 5-letter word in, anything that's in the word that we're trying to guess and correct position is highlighted in green. Anything that's in the word but not in the correct position is yellow, and things that are highlighted with gray are not in the word at all. Okay, so let's give this a try. We'll start out with my Stern. Oops. And we find out that the R is in the word, but not in the correct location. And now we'll try Audio. A and O are in there as well, and now sort of on my own. So we'll think about what we might get here and see where we could go. I'm going to speed this one up and not tell you what I'm thinking while I'm doing it. And there we go. I'm, again, not going to tell you how long it took me to get there, but favor was the word. It turns out that my R was the last letter, and my O and A were also in the word. So anyway, Stern Audio seems like it might be a good way to start every Wordle, and got that through a little Python programming. And yeah, we probably could have done that with other modules and done it more quickly or something like that. But in terms of actually coding it up, it's maybe 5 minutes to code that. And so, not a bad amount of time spent. So go play some Wordle. Hey, and if you like our videos, like the video and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.